Belly fat after 40 isn't just about how you look in the mirror. It's about your health, your energy, and your confidence. Extra fat around your waistline raises the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and joint pain. And it changes how your clothes fit, which is the one thing that can really knock your confidence on a day-to-day basis. Here's what I want you to know. Losing belly fat after 40, it's possible, but it won't respond to the same quick fixes you tried in your 20s and 30s. You can't out-cardio it, you can't starve it away, and crunches alone won't make a difference. So in this video, I'm going to break down the truths about belly fat after 40, because the last one is one of the most overlooked, and it can make a bigger difference than hours in the gym. Here's the first truth. Belly fat after 40 is different from the fat you carried when you were younger. A lot of what collects around your stomach now is visceral fat. That's deep fat that sits around your abdominal cavity. So it's wrapped around your organs. It's not the fat under your skin you can pinch. This fat is hidden and it's more dangerous. Visceral fat is biologically active. It doesn't just sit there. It sends out signals that increase inflammation, messes with your hunger hormones, and makes your body more resistant to insulin. In other words, it creates an environment where your body wants to gain fat, and even worse, hold on to it. That's why belly fat feels so stubborn after 40. It's not just stored energy, it's almost like an organ of its own working against you. So what do? You can't spot reduce belly fat, but you can reduce visceral fat overall. And you do that with consistent strength training, a balanced diet high in protein, daily movement, and stress management. So ask yourself, are you still trying to crunch or plank your belly fat away? Or are you addressing the real causes that keeps it stuck? The second truth, the less muscle you have, the more belly fat you'll store. From the age of 30, we lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade, unless we train to keep it. And I'm not talking about training like a bodybuilder here, or for women, getting massive muscles that gives you a look that you just don't want. Muscle is your calorie burning engine. The bigger the engine, the more fuel it burns. As the smaller the engine, the less calories you burn, even at rest. So if you've ever said, I'm eating the same as before, but now I gain fat around my stomach, this is why. It's not that your body is broken, it's that the engine has gotten smaller. The fix, of course, is strength training. And to start with, you need to be training at least 2 or 3 times a week. And of course, if you want to try out a 4-day dumbbell program, which I've designed one for men, which I use myself, and there's one for women, and I'll leave a link down below where you can pick it up from my website. But even if you are following my program, it's not about using light weights. It's making sure that the weights you use challenge your muscles. So let's say you're doing 10 squats with a dumbbell. If those last few reps are still too easy and you're completing the 10 with no issue, then you need to increase the weight. You want to be struggling on the last couple of weights, but not lifting too much weight where it compromises your form. Compound movements like squats, rows, presses, push-ups, deadlifts, these give you your best return. And if you're a woman avoiding weights, then don't. You're not going to get super bulky like a man. You don't produce the same amount of testosterone. Think of muscle as your fat loss insurance policy. The more you have, the more resilient your metabolism is, and the harder it is for your belly fat to stick around. So here's the question. When was the last time you tried a strength program? The third truth. Belly fat after 40 isn't just about what you eat, it's about how you eat. Most people fall into 1 or 2 traps. 1, they eat far too little, slashing carbs, skipping meals, which slows metabolism and makes cravings even worse. Or a simple one, they eat too much of the wrong foods, processed snacks, sugary drinks, oversized portions. And both of these approaches makes belly fat worse. The fix is balance. Build every meal around protein. Aim for 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Add vegetables for fiber and include controlled carbs like rice, oats, potatoes or fruit. Don't fear carbs, they fuel your workout and your recovery. The goal isn't to eat less and less, it's to eat smarter so you can stick with it long term. So think about your last diet. Was it something you can maintain for over 6 months? Were you counting down the days till it was over? The fourth truth, it's not about your workouts. It's about how much you move for the other 23 hours of the day. And that applies to you even if you're training 3 or even 5 times a week. It's about what's happening for the rest of the time. For many people over 40, it's sitting at a desk, driving, or relaxing on the sofa. That's where NEAT comes in, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all the movement you're doing outside the gym, walking, standing, doing chores, even fidgeting. NEAT can make up 20 to 30% of your daily calorie burn. But as we age, NEAT drops, and this is when the belly fat takes over. Aim for 7 to 10,000 steps a day. The reason for 10,000 steps is because it equates to around 5 miles of walking, which when you think about it, it's a hell of a lot. Adding walks after meals, take the stairs, and even park further away. Then when you get notifications from your fitness watch telling you to move every hour, make sure you do it. Don't ignore it, because all these steps add to your daily calorie burn. So please let me know in the comments below, how many steps are you currently walking a day? And of course, if you do have any questions about your own fitness journey, then please drop them down below. And here's my fifth truth. If your sleep and stress are off, belly fat will always stick around. Less than 7 hours of sleep throws your hormones out of balance. Cortisol goes up, ghrelin, your hunger hormone, rises, and leptin, your fullness hormone, drops. The result, you wake up hungrier, you crave sugar, and your body is primed to store fat right around your waistline. And stress, the same story. Chronically high cortisol tells your body, store more fat in the belly. The fix, treat sleep and recovery as part of your program. Make sure you get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time, and create a wind down routine. And for stress, don't overcomplicate it. Walking outside, deep breathing, and even mobility work. Simple practices that lower cortisol and make fat loss possible. So when it comes to belly fat over 40, the truth is, it's not about willpower, it's not about endless cardio, and it's not about restricted diets. It's about understanding how your body changes with age and then working with it. Now, if you're wondering, okay Steve, what are the best exercises to burn fat after 40? Then check out my next video as I've got you covered. Thanks for watching.